All right. Shalom, shalom. This is your brother Zakaria Allah, branched out here in Williamsport, Pennsylvania, coming with another lesson through the Spirit. Lord willing, this be edifying to the Lord's elect. And before I get started with this lesson, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, V'chak, Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well and who teach well. Shalom to the Akim out there that's pushing the truth, that's laboring in the word, and that's pushing the gospel of the great kingdom that's soon to come. Shalom to the Akwath that's listening in, that's remaining true to the faith and remaining faithful and submissive to their husbands and guiding their children. And shalom to the hopeful elect of the 12 tribes that scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth. You Israelite foreigners out there who live among the heathen and who look like those heathen nations. All right, but your lineage goes back to the progenitors of the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel through the line of your fathers. All right, I want to say peace and blessings to you all. Barakatham. Okay, so as you can see on the screen, okay, basically the markets went into a frenzy today because silver is now touching $70. All right, silver is now touching $70. All right, with the price of an ounce, okay, being no cheaper than $71. Okay, and this is a heavy indicator because it's only continuing to rise. Okay, which lets everyone know that this isn't people just buying up for the holidays. You know what I'm saying? No, man, people are buying up silver like crazy because they can clearly see that the writing is on the wall, and this dollar is about to crash. It's about to collapse. See what I'm saying? And the global economy is about to collapse, man. All right? It's all about to come crashing down. And we're going to get into a couple things that's been taking place, you know what I'm saying? And sound the alarm, man. Just blow the trumpet. Let me get this started with the book of Zephaniah, chapter 1 and verse 10. It reads, "And it shall come to pass in that day, saith Yahweh, that there shall be the noise of a cry from the fish gate, and an howling from the second, and a great crashing from the hills." Okay? And when the American dollar goes, all right, world economies that are attached to this dollar are going to be devastated. You see? And so, if you can recall that particular chart that I always bring out, you know what I'm saying, from a particular website that is no longer accessible. Okay, let me see if I can bring that up real quick. All right. So this is from this website here. Okay, which this chart is no longer available, like I said before. Okay, and this was brought out a couple years ago, and it was forecasting the year 2025. All right, and it specified that under all the countries in 2025 they expected, okay, that the population would be affected, okay, in 2025. Now you got to look at this number right here that I have highlighted. Okay, this is under United States of America, and it says, all right, something would happen that would cause the country's population to drop from 326 million point six. All right, 26 point million. It's like I'm tripping. Something would cause 326.6 million people to drop down to less than 100 million. All right. Salakia for the tongue twister. But that's also echoed, all right, throughout many different countries. China, Russia, Japan, okay? Okay, and you have major dips in various countries, okay? Iran, Thailand, Turkey, you know what I'm saying? But the ones that are most affected are the ones that are connected to the United States dollar, the US dollar. Okay? So if you can, you know what I'm saying, you can screenshot this. Let me try and bring it up a little bit. But yeah, you can screenshot that. You know what I'm saying? Okay? Now, we're at the end of 2025, and it would seem that these devils may be a little behind schedule. Okay? But something major is about to happen. Something major is about to go down, and these devils are preparing for it. All right? They're preparing for it. We've seen Warren Buffett, okay? He just took out billions of dollars. He took hundreds of billions of dollars out of the stock market, you know what I'm saying, put it into paper dollars. And then he just announced that he's taking all of that paper money, all that paper dollars, okay, and he's transferring it into the yen. All right, the Japanese yen. You see what I'm saying? So something major is about to go down, man. Something big is about to happen. Let's get a couple videos. All right. Bear with me. All right. Before I start this video, I want to declare fair use. All right, fair use under the Copyright Act. Okay, I'm not making any monetary gain from this. I'm just using this for educational purposes only. All right, so check this out.
What's up, guys? D7 back at you for another one. We've got more warning signs of something happening here with the economy, with the global monetary system specifically. We have Ray Dalio now putting out this warning saying that there's profound changes in motion. He goes on to say this kind of repeatedly, almost like he's trying to say something else that he can't. But he says that big moves are being made, and it's kind of pointing the finger at the current administration. We know that Trump's going to be rolling out the reset, but this is just another warning. We just had Warren Buffett come out and say, yo, the dollar's gone, basically. He's moved all of his cash, and you're talking hundreds of billions of dollars into the yen, out of the dollar. That should tell anybody paying attention that something huge is about to happen. And now, Ray warning that there's going to be a complete breakdown of the system. This is right on cue with Trump basically admitting that he's brought in to reset this whole thing. That's what the whole Mar-a-Lago Accord is about. If you don't know anything about it, I would get to researching it quick. This is all real deal, and all these guys are on record at this point signaling that something huge is about to happen. Now, specifically with the monetary order, and it's going to affect the dollar, and it's going to affect us. No doubt about it. Here in America, the U.S. dollar, all the warning signs are there, but I just wanted to throw this one out there and let it be known this is the latest, and I wouldn't ignore these things. They're stacking up all the warning signs, that's for sure.
I think that right now we are at a decision-making point and very close to a recession. And I'm worried about something worse than a recession if this isn't handled well. A recession is 2 negative quarters of GDP, and whether it goes slightly there, we always have those things. We have something that's much more profound. We have a breaking down of the monetary order. We are going to change the monetary order because we cannot spend the amounts of money, so we have that problem. And when we talk about the dollar and we talk about tariffs, we have that. We are having profound changes in our domestic order, how ruling is existing, and we're having profound changes in the world order. Such times are very much like the 1930s. I've studied history, and this repeats over and over again. So if you take tariffs, if you take debt, if you take the rising power challenging existing power, if you take those factors and look at the factors, those changes in the orders, the systems, are very, very disruptive.
All right. Something he mentioned right there. He said an event, essentially this is it's going to be on par with the 1930s. All right. So what happened in 1929? All right. The late 1920s was what? It was the Great Depression. As a matter of fact, let me check that. All right. When was the Great Depression? All right, the Great Depression lasted from 1929 until the beginning of World War II in 1939. So it lasted for 10 years. 10 years. And he said that this event is going to lead up into another event that's going to be reminiscent of the year of the 1930s, which is the Great Depression. All right. He could have just simply said the Great Depression, but he didn't say that. He didn't say that because most people don't know anything about when the Great Depression was. You see what I'm saying? So he said the 1930s, but this is what he's talking about. All right. And that crash is coming. The collapse is coming. It's inevitable. It's inevitable. It's by design, and they're ushering it in right now, man. Because like, what did David Rockefeller? I think it was David Rockefeller who said this. That all that needs to happen is one good event. All right, one good event that's going to lead us to the the new system, the beast system. All right. Let me see that real quick. All right, this is from David Rockefeller. He said, "We are on the verge of a global transformation. All we need is the right major crisis, and the nations will accept this beast system." I'm just say that. All right. This was David Rockefeller. And what's their motto? Their motto is never let a good crisis go to waste. Okay? Never let a good crisis go to waste. And they're preparing everyone for that crisis, the big one. Okay? It's December 22nd. You know what I'm saying? We got a little bit over a couple weeks. You know what I'm saying? A little bit. You know what I'm saying? About a couple weeks left, and or maybe a week and a half. And what's gonna happen? It's gonna be the new year according to the Gregorian calendar. All right. And people are already canceling their New Year celebrations. They're canceling them. All right, because the threat is real out here, man. All right, everybody's talking about possible strikes. You know, saying you got DJ Trump. He just he just mentioned possible attacks. You know, all types of stuff is going on, man. Okay, and this is why we, the prophets, beginning with our apostles, bishops, and elders on down of Great Millstone, we keep telling you, remain circumspect. Remain circumspect. Watch your surroundings. All right? Be cognizant of what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Don't be having your head inside your phones all day. All right? All the time while you're out and about, man. No. Keep your head on the swivel and focus. All right, focus. Look at your surroundings. Look at people. You know what I'm saying? Monitor people's responses and people's people's movements. Okay, you got to analyze your you know your surroundings, man. You got to analyze the shit, man. Right? Why? Because the time's coming. Let's get this real quick. Let me bookmark this. I want to grab Ezekiel. After I grab this real quick, let's go to 1 Thessalonians. All right. This is 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 1. It says, "But of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. But ye, brethren, are not in darkness, that day should overtake you as a thief. Ye are all the children of light and the children of the day. We are not of the night nor of day. Therefore, let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober." You see? Let us watch and be sober. You have to remain circumspect in these times, man. Remain vigilant, because shit's about to pop off, and it can happen any day now. Any day now. You see what I'm saying? This is what the prophets are here to tell you, warn you about. It's about to get crazy. It's about to get hefty. You know what I'm saying? What just happened in San Francisco? Let's check this out real quick. All right, so this is the second video from Dabu 7. Okay, it says it's chaos. Massive power blackout leaves San Francisco in darkness. Waymo vehicles glitched out. All right.
Oh, the power has been out in San Francisco for most of the day, and the Waymos have no idea what to do because the streetlights aren't working. This one's just sitting in the crosswalk, and these three are just sitting here with their lights blinking.
And as you can see right there, things are getting chaotic in San Francisco. This massive outage knocking out power to 130,000 homes and businesses across the area. 1/3 of the city left in darkness, as you can see in the images. And a lot of people going to social media complaining about this. As you just witnessed the guy talking about the Waymo vehicles, they're shut down in the city. This is causing gridlock in many different areas. It's bad enough when the lights go out, but most of the time people can take turns going at a light like they're supposed to. When it comes to the Waymo vehicles, they're stopped dead in their tracks because the lights are out. They don't know what to do or where to go. Elon Musk tried to chime in and say that his vehicles were not affected by this. Now, this outage, they said, was caused by a fire that broke out inside a Pacific Gas and Electric, or PG&E, substation, and that was on 8th and Mission Streets. So just one substation getting taken out can cause this big of a problem and an issue. Again, people upset about this, businesses affected. They're saying that it's causing significant disruptions. And especially here in terms of transit. Citywide, they're urging residents to avoid non-essential travel and to treat downtown traffic signals as four-way stops. But again, with these Waymos, they're not adhering to that. Just one of the glitches here in the Matrix, when the lights go out, what's going to happen? It reminds me of the Obama movie where all the electric vehicles were all driving into one big pile. I guess maybe that's next. We haven't seen it yet, but a heads up for what's going on here with this. Join me for the live streams where I talk about.
What did he mean by that? Right? What did he mean by that? He said the Obama movie. Okay, this is like none to that Obama movie. He's talking about the movie Leave the World Behind. If you haven't seen that movie on Netflix, you need to see that movie if you have Netflix. You know what I'm saying? Watch that movie. Okay, it's very, very important. We was analyzing it. You know what I'm saying? The Brotherhood went into that video. All right, at length, because there was so many nuggets that was in that movie. So many. Okay. You had chaos. You had power outage. You had Second Ezra chapter 15, chapter 16 playing out. You know what I'm saying? In that movie, man, you had pestilence. Okay. You had all types of, man. Hey, look, man, if you haven't seen that movie, you need to go watch that. All right. Definitely need to watch that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? At one particular part in the movie, all of the Tesla models, all the Tesla model cars were jamming up every exit and every entrance and exit into the city. Okay? Nobody was able to get into the city. Nobody was able to get out of the city. Okay? Because those Tesla models had blocked everything in. You see? You're watching something very similar here. All right? Where you can't even take these cars. How much you paying for these damn cars, man? A Waymo. Huh? A Waymo vehicle. How much you paying for that bullshit, man? Okay? And then for something like this to happen, and you can't even operate your own car. You see what I'm saying? I just so happened to be watching iRobot. All right? iRobot. I was thinking about iRobot and I Am Legend at the same time, so I said iLegend. But which that's another good movie with Will Smith. You should watch that as well. You know what I'm saying? That's a clear demonstration of what it says right here in Second Esdras. Okay? Second Esdras chapter 16 and verse 27, it says, so that one man shall desire to see another and to hear his voice. And that's what was going on with Will Smith in that movie, in I Am Legend. All right? He was the only guy left alive after that whole pandemic. You know what I'm saying? And he desired to hear the voice of another human being. So much so that he was going insane. All right, thinking that mannequins were people. All right, and the only companion that he had was his dog. Okay, but yeah, that's I Am Legend. But I was watching iRobot last night. Okay, and in iRobot, you know, it was amazing when I was watching it, because it was like that's a movie that came out in 2004. 2004. And so much that we see happening today was in that film. Okay? Digital ID, surveillance, all right? Linked to a central mainframe in an AI database. Okay? The robots were centralized, and they were in everyone's home, everyone's houses. You know what I'm saying? And then, of course, they were all given the kill switch, and they started taking out the humans. You see, all this stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? They've been showing us this for years, and it's known as the revelation of the method. Okay, where they have to show you what they're about to do to you before they do it. And they don't do it in obvious means. You see what I'm saying? They do it overtly and covertly at the same time. So they'll give you a movie, all right, or they'll give you a cartoon. They'll do some type of means to showcase what they get. They could do it in video games, right? It's right there in your face, but it's also covert. All right? Meaning you don't know exactly what's going on until it's too late. All right? I was just listening to Elder Mwatazak out of Cali what was it, about a week or so ago, and he was going into the fact that, you know, this old school Metal Gear Solid game, okay, was pretty much explaining that artificial intelligence is a military weapon, okay, and it's going to be used on the public as a massive psyop, okay, and here we are, and we have AI on everybody's smartphone, everybody's devices, okay, AI is everywhere, right? And I found that interesting because when I looked at the when I looked at the headline for the Economist, okay, and that big damn, what was it, that big depiction, let me see if I can get that real quick, bear with me. All right, so if you can remember this, you can remember this image right there in the middle, okay, right there in the middle, over the cake, you see the game controller, and you see that it's linked directly to the brain, okay? So they're trying to bring AI into video games as well. I just saw an article talking about how Sony wants to introduce AI into censoring their games. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of it will have to do with shit, I forget what that was. But yeah, nevertheless, you get the point. You know what I'm saying? They're going to be introducing AI into video games as well. Okay? So yeah, man, let's get something else real quick. All right, bear with me. All right, so I need you to check this out. All right, check this out. This is known as the money ball that was created in 2014. Okay? And as it says at the top, all roads lead to the mark of the beast. Okay? And this is where it's going to end up. Right? Let's go to Revelation chapter 13. Revelation chapter 13 and verse 16. It reads, "And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name." All right? So check this out. This is the money ball.
It starts with this, the mark of the slaves.
Okay.
It was the first reserve currency ever known to man. Taler coin from the Roman Empires. Spanish silver dollars from the Spanish monarchy.
Right.
It's a bridge. There's still a few things missing, but for the most part, the most important, US dollar and Federal Reserve. Credit card. Contactless, which is very interesting because this piece was made in 2014. It existed, the technology, but we didn't use it to pay.
Hold up. Let's take that back. You see that? You see that right there? You see that? Huh? It went from the slave. It went to you had the denarian. You had the currencies from the different empires. Okay, you get to America, you got the credit card. You got the credit card, the debit card. Okay, now they got chips inside those cards. Okay, it's moving forward. Now it's contactless. You wave your phone. Okay, you wave your phone over a kiosk and you can pay with your phone. Okay, contactless. What is the end goal? All right, what is the end goal? You see what I'm saying? This is the end of the whole system, the end of the whole thing, man. Let's take that back.
It starts with this, the mark of the slaves.
Okay.
It was the first reserve currency ever known to man. Talar coin from the Roman Empire. Spanish silver dollars from the Spanish monarchy.
Right.
It's a bridge. There's still a few things missing, but for the most part, the most important is U.S. dollar and Federal Reserve. Credit card, contactless, which is very interesting because this piece.
This is it. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had this mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. We can go into the breakdown of the word mark. You know what I'm saying? Going into the Greek word charagma. All right, and the root word of that would be karox. Okay, and the root word of that would be grapho. All right. And what happens if you take this mark? What happens if you take this means? Because everyone's gonna want to eat. Everyone's gonna want to eat. You see what I'm saying? Everyone's gonna want to be able to feed their children. Oh, it's gonna be crazy out here, man. The hour of temptation is coming. The hour of temptation is coming. This whole money globe, this money sphere, right? Salakia. This money
Starts
sphere.
with this.
Okay, or Moneyball as it's called. It was created in 2024. Okay? In 2024, all roads lead to the beast. It says in Revelation chapter 14, verse 9, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and its image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone. All right, in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. You see what I'm saying? You're going to take part in this place when it's destroyed through nukes. All right? You're not getting up out of here, man. You're going to stay right here. If you take this thing, if you take this mark, you see? Everyone's going to be tested.
Mark of the slaves.
Okay.
It was the first reserve currency ever known to man. Talar coin from the Roman Empire. Spanish silver dollars from the Spanish monarchy.
Right.
It's a bridge. There's still a few things missing, but for the most part, the most important is U.S. dollar and Federal Reserve. Credit card, contactless, which is very.
When this thing comes, you're going to see all the false prophets. You're going to see all those who came against this truth, who came against the apostles, you know what I'm saying, who came against the correct doctrine, you know what I'm saying, all these years. You're going to see them fold in a way that's going to be absolutely pitiful. Absolutely pitiful. You're going to see it. Okay? You're going to see that. Let's get this in Ezekiel. All right, Ezekiel chapter 7. Let's go to Ezekiel chapter 7, verse 16, because when they shut this whole thing off, all right, when they shut this thing down and the economy is completely destroyed, all right, they're gonna let the people suffer for a good minute. They're gonna let the people suffer for a good minute. You see what I'm saying? Think about all those people in San Francisco, all right, who was without power for as long as they were. Think about that. Think about the chaos in just a few hours. Remember, a lot can happen in 24 hours, and a lot more can happen in 72. You see? Ezekiel chapter 7, verse 16. But they that escape of them shall escape, and shall be on the mountains like doves of the valleys, all of them mourning, every one for his iniquity. All hands shall be feeble, and all knees shall be weak as water. They shall also gird themselves with sackcloth, and horror shall cover them, and shame shall be upon all faces, and baldness upon all their heads. They shall cast their silver in the streets, and their gold shall be removed. Their silver and their gold shall not be able to deliver them in the day of the wrath of the Lord Yahweh. They shall not satisfy their souls, neither fill their bowels, because it is the stumbling block of their iniquity. You see what I'm saying? Everyone's going to have to face this. Everyone. There is no rapture. You see what I'm saying? There is no rapture. You've heard this nigga from Ghana somewhere told you that there was going to be a rapture over in September, then October, push it back, you know what I'm saying, so on and so forth, and y'all still here. We listen to the prophets, man. Listen to the prophets. You're about to witness chaos like you've never seen it before, man. 2nd Ezra chapter 16 and verse 17, it says, Woe is me! Woe is me! Who will deliver me in those days? The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the powers shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? You see what I'm saying? Reject this. Reject this, and it's coming. It's coming fast. It's coming fast, and in order for them to bring this, they have to bring that great event, like David Rockefeller said. That one good event, they about to bring it. And they about to bring it soon, man. You see what I'm saying? So, I'm going to cut that there. I pray this lesson was edifying to the elect of the nation of Israel. This has been your brother Zakaria Allah, branched out here in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. In closing, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, V'chak Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone of my throne and his true thunder. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. Shalom.
It starts with this, the mark of the slaves.
Okay.
It was the first reserve currency ever known to man. Tallar coin from the Roman Empire's Spanish silver dollars from the Spanish monarchy.
Right.
It's a bridge. There's still a few things missing, but for the most part, the most important, U.S. dollar and Federal Reserve, credit card, contactless, which is very interesting because this piece was made in 2014. It existed, the technology, but we didn't use it to pay as we use it now. And then a bit of a future that it's either chipped or barcode.
Mm-hmm.
But then he ends with the mark of the slaves again. Because one of the things that he puts here on the shredded is that experts say that in less than 10 years, we're phasing out of paper currency. We're not having any paper anymore. Everything's going to be digital on the banks. And we're going to end up being slaves of some entity or some government or something.